Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So, this is what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk to you about today is this thing called willpower. Willpower, willpower, willpower. The problem with willpower, the problem with willpower is simply this. We try to overthink it and overanalyzing it instead of feeling into it. So let me explain. The prefrontal cortex is the part of our brain that is responsible for willpower. Yet, like evolutionary wise, this is the weakest part of our brain. So this is the thing. Before we go any further, my name is Jennifer Luddington. I'm a high performance mindset and health coach, and I help people stop blowing up their lives and start blowing up their beliefs. So I love helping women who are high performing, driven women who maybe have forgotten how to soften into that duality, that femininity, that sexuality, even that connection, right? I also love helping those women who are behind the scenes. They're still driven. However, they may have forgotten how to use their voice, how to actually be confident. Like, I love helping those two types of women. So if you're one of those two types of women, I know this is going to resonate with you today, because willpower is such a thing that we think we should be able to control. We think we should be able to have. We think it should be able to dictate how we behave, and that's just not the way the human mind works. It's just not. So our human brain, our evolutionary brain, is meant to create this system, this reward system. And this reward system that it's meant to create is basically meant to keep us safe. So let me break this down, and then we're going to go right into what you can do to create more willpower based on feeling versus thinking, okay? So the human brain, what it does, it's so fascinating. So I just love this stuff, but what the human brain does and why you're still struggling with willpower is it tricks you. It's a tricky little thing. So willpower is diminished because your brain can't quite understand why you're trying to think through it instead of create the emotional response of behavior of what's enjoyable and what's not. So the reward you're trying to force intellectually instead of the reward coming up from a feeling. So back ancestrally, right, what we did is our brain went, oh, okay, I know where food is. Let's just use food. I know where food is. This is where the food is. This is where I can remember how to get the berries or the food or whatever it is that we were finding, right? So our brain drops dopamine. Bam, like that. Dopamine was intended to help your brain remember where to get food. It was also, right, dopamine was dropped when you were trying to say, oh, this is how I remember not to get eaten, right? This is where the safe places are for me, right? So dopamine was dropped there in those safe spaces. The problem is that in our current culture, we still have that same brain response where we're looking for a reward. But there's not that immediate danger, right? Our refrigerator's right behind us, right? We're not in danger from a saber-toothed tiger coming out of a cave and eating us, right? So what happens is that same reward center needs to be activated. And where do we get it activated? Oh, we're bored, we're stressed, so we need a relief. Right? So we go get it from the refrigerator. We go get it from an instant gratification or an addictive behavior. Like maybe it's food, maybe it's sex, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's drugs. Maybe for me, it was over-exercise, right? So what I would say to myself over and over, you guys, is why can't I stop? Why can't I stop binging and purging? Why can't I stop over-exercising? Why can't I stop doing these behaviors that I don't want to do? And why am I self-sabotaging myself over and over and over again? It's because I was over-intellectualizing it, trying to use the part of my brain that's weak instead of connecting with my body and feeling the behavior. Sorry, there's a big truck. And feeling the behavior that will give me the emotional response to feeling into it. That's the reward. So our addictive behavior is stuck in our brain trying to over-intellectualize it, and then we get more obsessed with it. So it's like, I'm gonna give one more example before I close this. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So think about it this way. Say I'm going to Hawaii at the end of November. Like, we haven't been on vacation in a long time since COVID, but we're going, right? So we're going to Hawaii. And this is what my brain used to do. I need to get in really good shape because I'm going to wear bikinis. I need to get in, that super small sundress, and I need to, really look good. That's what I used to do, right? My obsessive brain. But what happens is there's no emotion behind that. So when I'm exercising and over exercising, it's because I have to, right? It's not because any of that feels good. But when I had to switch and change the way I was self-sabotaging, and this is what I'm going to be teaching in my free webinar tomorrow, one of the things, I had to learn how to connect my body and feeling good with the behavior. So now, yes, people ask me all the time, how do you have the willpower to go to the gym every morning? Because my brain is out of the equation. I'm not doing it to look a certain way, because I have to, because you're supposed to, because diet culture says we should. No, I'm doing it because it makes me feel good. And when I'm in the moment of working out and feeling strong and feeling energized and feeling my blood pumping and my body responding in that way, that feels good to me. That's my reward. That's how the willpower stays. The willpower is fleeting when it's have to, over analyzing, trying to use the prefrontal cortex instead of using how we feel to keep us motivated. So that's the main takeaway. All right, you guys. So check it out. Try to start to learn how it makes you feel in the behaviors. Get mindful in the behaviors, and that will keep you on track. Does it make sense? All right. Next thing. We try to intellectualize everything, and it gets us stuck in this addictive pattern over and over again. Willpower is wavering, and then we fall, and then self-sabotage happens again, and we keep going. You can fix this. Let me show you how. So I'm going to do a free training tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's totally free. Okay. And it's about this whole willpower connection and how we can connect it to feeling instead of this intellectualized behavior system, right? Where we can really get into the reward systems of our body and feel into it so we can stay the course. So to stop self-sabotaging, this is one of the first steps. I'm going to teach this whole system I have tomorrow for free. So register. I'll put the link. I'll pop the link if you swipe up on my, or if you go to my linked. I don't know what I'm trying to say. If you go to my profile on Instagram, you can go and it'll take you right there. And Facebook, I pop the link here. So tomorrow night, doing this free training, it'll be about an hour. So I'm going to get deep. I'm going to go there. There will be a replay. So if you register, you will have access to the replay if you can't come live. But if you come live, I'm going to do actual live coaching Q&A with you. So there's definitely a benefit to showing up live. So again, I'll put the link here for you guys on Facebook. I would love to see you there. And if you think there's people that could use a little bit, or you think there's people that in your life that might be supported by this type of video, please share it. I think it's a really powerful concept that we need to explore. All right, you guys, again, my name is Jennifer Luddington. I'm a high-performance mindset and health coach. And if you want to find more of my content, you can find me on YouTube at Jennifer Luddington. You can find me on Instagram, Jennifer Luddington, and everywhere else, like my website. All right, you guys, see you later.